want to start a series where I talk about things and media that I consume, or just my favorites of each week. I probably won't do every single week, but I want to just keep track of media and stuff that I consume, since I'm on a journey to consume more media that is not just music. I've been trying to consume more TV shows and books and movies and things of that nature. So I know a lot of people have done this on TikTok, and I'm sure probably on YouTube as well. However, these are the two creators that I take inspiration from. So the first one is Gabriella. I'm going to put their usernames right here for YouTube and TikTok. And the other one I take inspiration from is Six Sounds on TikTok. I'm going to talk about the categories that I am going to talk about. So the first category is music. The next one is books. Those are the two main ones that I consume on the daily basis, especially music. The next two categories are movies and TV shows. I'm trying to consume more movies and TV shows. I have a very hard time watching movies and TV shows, and I just realized it recently. I think it's because I'm scared of sitting through a certain amount of time and realizing that the movie or TV show is terrible. I'm always scared, especially with movies, because with a TV show, a lot of times the first episode I can be like, I don't know, or I'll give this a go still. But with movies, it's harder to be like, I don't know if this is good or bad. Now I have to sit through the whole an hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours, sometimes even 3 hours, and not know if it's good or not. And then I feel like I just wasted all that time with a movie that I hate or that I don't enjoy. I think that's why it's hard for me to get into new movies and TV shows, but especially movies. But I'm trying to get over that. I have been looking at more reviews, and I always can't trust reviews, but if something is talked about in a higher regard, I'm more likely to watch it. But I also try to look more at synopsis and be like, is this something that I might enjoy? Because I know I'm not really a sci-fi person or a fantasy person. I know what I like. It's just harder to find movies that I want to commit to, I guess. The next category is Substack. I have been recently getting into Substack and reading more on there as well. The next category are TikToks. I think this is my second most used category, besides maybe YouTube, which I will get to in a second. I've always been a YouTube person. I like seeing just commentary videos or vlogs or things of that nature. But with TikTok, if I don't feel like watching a longer video, I usually just scroll for a little bit every night. Some nights I don't, but most nights I go on it for like an hour at most, maybe a half hour, just to look through TikToks. If I'm really in a funk, sometimes I'll be on there for a while, which I should stop doing. But at the moment, that's just how it is. And then my last category is miscellaneous. That could be items like bags or perfume or makeup, or that can be videos that aren't categorized as just YouTube or TikTok, like K-pop videos that are like funny to me, and just different things like people's art or people's nails or just things of that nature. So those are my categories. Let's start with music. This is the one that has the most in it, so I'm just going to shoot off the songs that I have on there. Sinking Boat by Infinity Song. Skin by Full Circle Boys. Watch the music video. That's how I found this song. Only You by Bronze Avery. Again, love the music video. I love this song. It's been on repeat since I found it. I love this song so much. Pyramids by Frank Ocean. It's a classic staple in my rotation. Definitely in my top 100 songs of all time. I love Frank. I miss him, and I hope he's doing okay. The next song is VVV by The Boys. They had their comeback last week. What a way to kick off their new start at this new company. The next song is Rules by The Volunteers. I also found this on YouTube, so go watch the music video. The cinematography in that, chef's kiss. The next song is Heart Part 6 by Kendrick Lamar. This one's been on my rotation since the album's come out. It's honestly in my top 3, and it switches between Luther as my number 1 song off the album. It's just, I love Kendrick. That song is way too good. The next song is Magic Clock by 5E. It's fun, it's cute. The music video, very cute. The next one is Pushing It Down and Praying by Lizzie McAlpine. All Yours by Normani. Strawberry Sunday by Doja Jung. I re-listened to Doja Jung's album. Banger after banger after banger. That album is way too good. I want a comeback from them so bad, and I'm so sad that we didn't get anything because Jaehyun went to the military, and we're not going to get a comeback from that group for years. I listened to this album, and I listened to Jaehyun's album on repeat when he was announced, and it just came back in my rotation, and just Strawberry Sunday is my favorite song off that album. It's just way too good. The next song is Tech It by Cafune. This song, again, it's probably in my top 100 songs of all time. It's just, ever since I found it a few years ago, it's just, it never gets old. It's way too good. Wanna Go by Ethel. Owl's Eye by Ivory. Owl's Eye is such a pretty song. Her voice is so soft. I love this song. Extra L by Jennie featuring Doechii. I know Like Jennie has been everywhere, but I just cannot stop listening to Extra L since it's come out. And Doechii, I love her so much, and I'm so glad she's just getting so big, because she deserves it. The next song is Papillon. I don't know how to say that. Oh, obviously it's going to be right here, but it's by NMIXX. Their album also came out last week, and what a song. NMIXX always, I wouldn't say shock me, because they always do something different. They're always frontrunners of being different in K-pop. But this song, when I heard the intro, I was sat. The next song is Come Over by Le Sserafim. I think I'm very obsessed with this song because of the choreo. The outfits, the choreo, it's way too good. And I like Hot, but I think Come Over is one of my favorites off the album. The next song is Stupid Idiot by Hoshi and Woozi from 17. I'm a carrot at heart. That's something you guys will learn about me, is that is my favorite K-pop group of all time, besides SHINee. I think anything Woozi touches is just gold. I like 96ers, but I don't know. I don't know what it is about Stupid Idiot. It's a club banger. A club classic, if you will. I pointed this out on TikTok. Go follow my TikTok. I heard the chorus and it was eating at me because I was like, why does this sound so familiar? And I don't know if you guys know the group Billy, but they have a song called Ginga Minga Yo. If you listen to their chorus for that song, it's similar to the Stupid Idiot chorus. The last song is Nissan Altima by Doechii. We had like 2 or 3 warm days in the last week, and as soon as those warm days hit, I was like, oh, gotta blast this song. The whole album is just way too good. I will never stop talking about Alligator Bites Never Heal. It's too good. But Nissan Altima is definitely going to be my summer song. It's too good. So the next category in here is books. I only have 2 books on here. I've talked about it in my last vlog about the books that I have been reading for March. One of them is a textbook, so I'm not like fully reading that. I'm just reading parts that pertain to me and what I want to do with my writing creatively, I guess. But the 2 books that I've been reading are Almond by Sun Won Pyong and Notes of a Crocodile by Xu Miaojin. I've been reading both books simultaneously. I'm, I think, 40 pages into Almond at the moment. So in Notes of a Crocodile, each chapter has its own chapter, but it's also separated by Diaries. I'm at the second one. I just started that recently. Both books are really good. One is based off diaries and diary entries from a lesbian in Taipei in the 1980s. It just deals with her life and what she's thinking at the time about her life during her college years. And Almond is about a boy who can't feel his emotions. I'm pretty sure it said fear and anger and sadness, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't feel most of his emotions. Right now, I'm at the point where his mother has found out about the condition and how they're dealing with that. Those are the books that I'm reading this month and have been reading this past week. I started them this week, at least. The next category is movies, but I have not watched any movies this week. The next category is TV shows. The only one that I have paid attention to is Ouran High School Host Club. Me and my girlfriend started this I think we started at the beginning of the month, but we just finished the last 5 episodes last week. This is my millionth rewatch of the show. I think it's her 3rd time rewatching the show, but it just never gets old. I really do wish that they continued on with the series. That's just a dream that we'll never get. The next category is Substack. I only have 2 on here, and the first one is my first Substack that I wrote. Here's my first Substack. I basically put my feelings out of what I've been feeling recently about community and friendships and people's lack of care of their friends. Love isn't the most comfortable feeling either. To show people you love them, sometimes you need to be uncomfortable. Moving furniture or talking about trauma can be difficult, but if you refuse to let yourself be uncomfortable for the sake of showing you love someone, then you'll never get anywhere. That is a short snippet. I talk about why I think the loneliness epidemic is a sham, something that we created that we don't have to keep going through. Like, we're a stubborn species, so we want to do things for ourselves, but innately we are a community-built species. Humans are. Like, we need other people in our lives. Yeah, I just talk about that and people's lack of care for other people. The second Substack that I read this week was The Case for Figuring Out What You Actually Like Doing by Taylor Durand. This is a short Substack about Taylor's unemployment and where it's led them into thinking about their creative pursuits in their life and what they like doing that's outside of a capitalistic world. I'm going to read a little short snippet of it. Anna says in her video, "When you sacrifice so much of what you in your core want and need out of life in order to pour into things you don't care about, that builds up so much resentment. I relate to this sentiment. When I was stuck doing things I didn't care about for the majority of the hours in my day, I felt like I lost a piece of myself, and in turn, wasn't living an authentic life. I stopped creating because all of my time and energy was being commandeered. I understand that this is a very privileged view. I'm not saying to quit the job that helps sustain your lifestyle. In our capitalistic society, that is not a viable option for most people. I know I have to eventually go back to working full-time at some point. I just think that a bit of self-reflection is in order." Yes, we live in a world where we have to work to survive. We do. But as humans, we are innately creative creatures. We make art and music and dance and sing and just all of this stuff to connect with one another. It moves us as a human race. We can't just lose that. We can't lose our creativeness to money. We just can't. And so, yes, continue to support yourself financially, but try to take time, if you can, to find the passions that you want in life. I feel that for sure. I've been on and off unemployed for the last 2-3 years. It's been really hard to find a stable job, especially a stable full-time job. In that time, even though I was stuck in my depression of being financially unable to provide for myself completely, I've been creative. I've been trying to not only consume media, but also make my own media, whether that be drawing or making music or writing, just anything. Yeah, I really recommend this Substack if you want to just think about your life creatively and what you think you could or should do creatively for yourself. The next category is YouTube. I'm just going to put them up, and some of them I might give a little short description about it. These are the few YouTube videos that have stuck with me this week. The first one is the Brockhampton Diaspora by HadjiTube. He basically goes in, just talks about where Brockhampton is now since disbanding in 2022. The next one is How to Actually Identify K-pop Genres and Impress Your Friends by Tame Tees. This one is really interesting if you want to ever get into what genres are and what they sound like, and if you love K-pop. But even if you don't like K-pop, this is just a very informational video about genres in music. I didn't even know, I did know that there's so many genres, but I didn't know all the complete differences in some of them, so it's interesting to see that. The next one is actually a YouTube channel. It's Mitri, or MK Mitri. He does a lot of music reactions. That's what I found him for, especially album reactions, because I like when people dive into a full body of work. If you like music reactions, I highly recommend his. The next is The Power of Performance by Nikki Reardon. I have been following Nikki since he opened his YouTube account and his podcast. Very insightful. I like the way he talks about music and the industry, and some of the topics that he talks about is like capitalism and things outside of music, but I followed him for the music, but I stayed because I like him and his personality. I like to see his view on performers. He has 3 categories, I believe. It was the lyricist, the singer, and the performer. And he did a disclaimer, like, obviously if you're an artist, a music artist, you're good at all of these. But he looks at some artists and puts them into categories of like what they are. If you look at someone like Kendrick Lamar, he is a lyricist through and through. Like, that is his bread and butter. But if you look at someone like Michael Jackson or Beyonce, those are performers. I don't know. I like the way he talked about performers, and that we lost it for a little bit, and now we're getting back into it with people like Chapel and Doechii and Sabrina Carpenter, and obviously still Beyonce and other artists in the performer category. So I highly recommend his channel and that video if you like the music world. The next person is actually a YouTube channel as well. Her name is Hunter Ashley, specifically her reacting to NCT. She's been recently getting into NCT, and it's been fun to follow her journey into learning who the members are and their music and just things like that. The next video is Storing Photo Cards number 29 by Soniverse. The next one is a YouTube channel, is Mikey, or MKY Ultra. He does a lot of vlogs. He was doing college vlogs, but he just graduated recently, so congratulations to that. But now he's doing just vlogs about his life like he was before, just his life outside of college. And the last video is How to Pour Into Yourself, a self-love advice video by Maya Denise. I found this video on my recommendation page. The vibes are just so calm, and I love the way she talks about loving yourself and why you should love yourself. So I highly recommend that video. The next category is TikToks. The first one is talking about not leaving your apartment because you'll spend money.
I can't leave my apartment or else I'll spend money, okay? But I also can't stay in my apartment all day or else I'm gonna get depressed. And also, if I stay in my apartment all day, I literally end up just falling asleep and taking a nap with my cats, which is not good because then I don't end up falling asleep at the right time at night and then I become nocturnal, which then causes even worse depression. And again, if I leave my apartment, which is good because I need fresh air, it's like, oh my God, I deserve a sweet treat. Like, let me go get myself a coffee. No! Okay, oh, well, let me go to, like, a thrift store. Let me just, like, glance around. No! No, you are tempting yourself. Stop it, you temptress. Stop it. Stop it. I can't, this is not, I need to frolic. I need to frolic in a forest. I need to forage for berries and mushrooms. And I need to live among, like, in a commune with people that just lift me up. And we all work together to create this wonderful society because this is no way to live. This is no way to live.
The next one is about not being embarrassed about what you like.
So my backpack has a lot of anime keychains on it, like JoJo's or One Piece, and they're all plush keychains. So they're very big, a little tacky, very noticeable. Anyways, I've had multiple people come up to me and be like, oh my God, I don't know how you do it. I can never let people know I like anime. That's just too embarrassing. First of all, you're a little bitch and a fucking pussy. Second of all, grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. I don't want to hear any, oh, I'm afraid people are gonna bully me. Like, people make fun of me to my face and behind my back. I just don't give a shit. Like, I already know I'm a fucking cringe loser. I literally don't give a shit. And you shouldn't either. Wear your tacky anime merch. Fuck the haters. Kill yourself.
The next one is a little animation about a bus. I think it's very cute and I've been obsessed with it since I've seen it.
Oh, I'm so late. I'm so very late. When is this bus arriving? Oh, I've got just the thing for that. Hi, one bus, please. Hello, welcome to the bus. Thank you. Isn't it a beautiful day today? I guess it is. You know, that's Richard Buss, the inventor of the bus. He rides to make sure people are enjoying their experience. No way. Watch, he's gonna look over at us to check. Oh! Well, this is my stop. It was nice riding with you. A few more stops won't hurt. Sandwich? Oh, tuna, my favorite.
The next one is this audio that's been going around on TikTok.
Sitting on that board, you're supposed to listen to everything going on. But you're playing on your phone.
No, I'm not playing on my phone. I'm taking care of it.
The next one I like to call it Mr. Can't Afford Song.
This is a song for anybody thinking about not going to work today.
Do you like being poor? Do you like being can't afford anything? Mr. Can't afford. Go to work.
I cannot play the audio for this, but this Mark edit, I love it so much. I think it's because of the Frank song. I'll get into that later, but this snippet has been on my mind for days since it came out because I just miss Frank Ocean so much. But when I saw this edit with the song, I gasped. I love it so much. Love him so much. I love Mark. He actually made a YouTube channel. And I'm pretty sure he's marketing for his album, but I think it's interesting that he's doing like vlogs, like mini vlogs to put Easter eggs about, I don't know if it's about the album or a tour or whatever, but he's just doing a little YouTube channel, so I think that's interesting. The next one I like to call Les Seraphim's Shayla.
Oh my God, my Shayla, my Shayla.
This next TikTok is so funny. I don't know why. It's just the way he reacts to himself stuttering.
One of the best comebacks is, oh bitch, you look like you got high cholesterol. Fuck.
Next one is this baby art show. These parents put on an art show for their 4-year-old for people to come look at her art. Now I want a daughter. I don't even want kids, but now I want a daughter just so I could do this for them. That concludes my TikToks. The last category is miscellaneous. The first thing I want to talk about is my 17 bag. My girlfriend got it for me for Christmas. I've just recently started using it to take places. I love it. I just love it. I love 17, and this bag means everything to me. The next is the Frank Ocean snippet that has come out that I was talking about earlier. I cannot play it for copyright reasons, but it's the I read your diary every line. Oh, I want more Frank music. I hope he's doing okay, and I will wait to the ends of the earth for him to make music. Whenever he comes out with music, I will be shouting to the sky in joy. I am so excited for him to release more music. The next is Rhett and Link's knee surgery. So this could count for YouTube videos, but I just thought this clip in general was funny. Rhett and Link were doing an episode on Gen Alpha. This clip made me lose it.
What text accompanies this meme photo?
I mean, it's something about Christmas, right?
That feeling when knee surgery is tomorrow.
The next one are these nails. What a talented nail artist. Do you see these? They're beautiful. And the amount of work that has to go into these, the creativity, these nails are just, they're gorgeous. They're beautiful. Amazing, spectacular, show-stopping. And the last thing I want to talk about is Hip Hop Unit from 17 singing Candy, the vocal unit song, at Carrotland last week. I love hearing the rap unit sing. I love it so much. Their voices are so pretty. So pretty. S-Coop's Mingyu, Wanu's deep voice, Vernon doing his falsetto. Oh, I love them so much. That concludes my weekly media consumption. I think I'm going to do another one next week. I want to try to do this either weekly or bi-weekly, but it'll probably be mostly when I want to do it. So thank you for watching my video, and I will see you in the next one.